Johnny, new week, new challenges. How have the squad responded to analysis and training after Saturday?
Really well, really well. Have to put those disappointing days behind you really quickly in this league. So obviously Saturday night stung. After the game we was all disappointed and took what we needed to out of it as far as our analysis work and showed some stuff back. It's all about making improvements and trying to not repeat mistakes. So we brushed ourselves down and we got out there this morning, really good session. Lads were really bright, sun shining, so that definitely helps. And we just turn our focus to Morecambe now and we have to get on with it.
Yeah, another stern test, as you say, in Morecambe, and we're up against a club that's fighting for their very Football League existence.
Yeah, it's a tough game. You know, you look at it on paper and they're where they are, we are where we are, and it looks like it should be a simple result. Definitely, football don't work like that, and I've watched enough of their games recently to know that they're in a lot of games of football that they've lost, and they'll think that they should have picked up more points. And it's a difficult place to go. They're gonna make it hard. Pitch doesn't look brilliant, and they're gonna do a lot of things to try and disrupt us and our rhythm. So we have to deal with that test. And we'll be ready for it. What we have to do is try and really implement our style upon them. I think that's something that we can have learnt from previous away games in similar conditions, that we need to try and stamp our style on proceedings, and but also deal with the way that they're going to play and the way that they're going to try and stick it on us.
Yeah, that's something I heard from the vice-captain, of course, Ryan Johnson, at the weekend, coming from the dressing room. It's important to get back to doing what we do well, that earned us that 12-game unbeaten run.
Yeah, and to be honest, I think we've done lots of that on Saturday, and ironically, a lot better, a lot more like us at times than we did in maybe the couple of games before that we didn't lose, and we end up losing the game where we probably had more control and more chances and more crosses than we have done in the last few games. So that's football for you. There was lots to like, especially in the second half of that performance, and also sort of the response, without sounding silly here, because we didn't go and score the goal that we needed. So, you know, I know that's the hardest bit, but the response after, you know, we gifted them a goal to go down the other end and pretty much sort of camp them in and dominate and pepper their goal, their box, was good. Obviously, the bit that we didn't do was stick it in the net. So it's finishing it off. But there was loads to like about, especially the second half performance. The way that we went about it, we really sort of controlled proceedings, and we looked good within our shape. So there's that to go and build on. But we have to put the finishing touches on. When I spoke after the game about it, I spoke to the group about it, that, you know, we're keeping a lot of clean sheets or only conceding one. Obviously, we let a soft one in Saturday, but we've got to be doing more at the other end as well. You know, not just relying on our defensive record. I think we're capable of scoring more goals. I think the individuals are capable of scoring more goals. We need to create more, but we've done a lot of that Saturday as far as creating, crossing, entering their penalty box. So it's just building that last bit out. A lot of the focus this morning has been on the finishing touches, how we get to the final third and what we look like in that final third to hopefully score some goals. And then not neglect the other end as well, making sure that we are trying to keep clean sheets and keeping the opposition down to zeros and ones.
I guess that's really important though, isn't it? I mean, you've seen Matty score so many goals. You want to kind of share them around the team a little bit more if we can.
Yeah, look, Matty's got a load of goals. He could have scored more. He'll tell you that himself. That you know, he's capable of scoring even more, and the other guys know that they should all have more as well. But again, that's a team thing. You know, so it's about giving the strikers the opportunities to go and score goals, which I think, you know, probably in the last couple of games we haven't done so much away from home in difficult conditions, but I thought we got back to that a little bit on Saturday, and it's getting back to being even better at that, and I'm sure the goals will follow, and the opportunity for all the strikers will follow.
You already said, of course, before Saturday's game that Tuesday will be a different lineup by the looks of it. Could there be more changes than originally planned, or is it important not to overreact?
Yeah, whatever I do Tuesday won't be because we lost the game on Saturday. It'll be because it's the best thing for the group, or the freshness of the group, or whatever. You know, we lost the game of football. That can happen. I think if we play that game 10 times, we probably don't lose many of them, but that's the way it went on Saturday, and we have to take that. You know, Bromley got their goal, we didn't. So what I do Tuesday won't be a reaction to the scoreline. It will be a reaction to what I saw. You know, what we think is the right approach as far as minutes and freshness, and looking at the data that came out, you know, the individual player data and the conversations that I have with individual players today, to gauge where they're at physically. So that will be the reason that we go and pick the team that we do tomorrow, will be down to those factors, not because we lost the game of football.
Still with a strong squad though to travel though. I mean, no absentees.
No. It'll be similar group. Yeah, if we make changes to the starting 11, then the players that don't start, they need to be ready to come on and impact the game in a different way. Like, you know, like the guys, I thought all the boys who came on Saturday had a real positive influence on the game. Obviously, we didn't quite get what we'd sent them on for, i.e. a goal, but I think they was all bright. They was all positive changes that we made, and they showed me, those boys who came on, they showed me that that they want to play, and that you know, that they're ready for their chance. So yeah, listen, will there be changes? I'm sure there'll be a few. We're not going to start changing the whole team and ripping things up. Don't need to do any of that. It's just about utilising the squad through this period, and that would have been the case where, you know, if we'd have won, drawn or lost on Saturday.
Still with a similar sort of recovery strategy, with one eye on the weekend, the early game.
Yeah, we have to take care of Morecambe. So I always say I don't get too far ahead of myself, but we have to be sensible around these next two games. With the travel that we're doing tomorrow to go up to Morecambe, and the recovery with the early kick-off Saturday, it's really, really important that we get the balance right for the training loads, and also the 11s and the benches that we pick, and how we use the squad over these next two games. Well, then, and the Tuesday after, you know, so a real crucial period. And I've said all along that we're going to need everyone. You know, this is probably the ultimate point of that, and building the squad that we have for this period now, where we've got 13 games to go. And within 2 or 3 weeks, that's going to probably be down to single figures. So we're at a real crucial moment in the season where we're going to need every single. But the lads are training great. I think they all sniff that they're going to get opportunities, and they all want to be ready and not let their teammates down, and also not let themselves down when they come in and get their opportunity.
One last thing, I don't want to pick the team for you, but Oggs is closing in on that 100 appearances now. It's going to happen either, I think, the next game or the game after. So yeah, he's been tremendous for this club and for this academy as well. What an advert he's been for them.
He's done great. You know, I think he's one of the success stories of the academy. I had some conversations with him at the start of the season, and he had, you know, designs on getting in the team and staying in the team and becoming a regular fixture and earning you know, your trust, and he's certainly done that. You've seen by the amount of games. I think he's right up there with the amount of appearances throughout the whole squad. You know, he's robust. He doesn't pick up too many knocks, but he's brave, and he trains well and hard, and he's deserved his opportunities. But he's in competition with a lot of other good players around there, so you know, the 100 will come, whether that's tomorrow, whether that's Saturday, the Tuesday after. You know, he doesn't need to worry about his milestones, because they're coming, but he's very much part of what we're building at this football club.
Thanks for your time, Johnnie.
All right, cheers.